Right now, while you're watching this video, 15 everyday items are vanishing from American stores at an alarming rate, and most people have no idea until it's too late. In the next few minutes, you'll discover exactly which household essentials are disappearing in 2026, why supply chains are failing faster than during the pandemic, and most importantly, the simple strategies smart households are using right now to stay prepared without panic buying or breaking the bank. Welcome to Food Decider, where we cut through the noise and bring you practical information that actually matters. If you find this valuable, hit that like button and subscribe so you never miss critical updates that could protect your household. Let's be clear about something right from the start. 2026 has brought a wave of unexpected shortages to American grocery, hardware, and pharmacy shelves that rivals the early pandemic in scale, speed, and unpredictability. This isn't clickbait or fear-mongering. This is the reality unfolding in stores from Chicago to Atlanta, from coastal cities to rural towns. Over the past few months, basic household staples have started vanishing for reasons that go far beyond simple inflation. We're talking about actual scarcity, empty shelves, strict purchase limits, and prices jumping 25 to 43% on items you use every single day. Rail strikes have choked off shipments. Export restrictions from China have created pharmaceutical gaps. Extreme weather has devastated harvests. These aren't distant problems happening somewhere else. They're affecting what you can buy at your local store right now. The difference between what we're seeing now and regular inflation is crucial to understand. Inflation means things cost more. Scarcity means things aren't there at all, regardless of how much money you have. And that's the situation we're facing with these 15 essential items. Let's start with the food and nutrition essentials that are disappearing first, because these form the foundation of household security. Powdered milk might not sound exciting, but hear this. Prices have jumped 31%, and big box stores are now imposing strict purchase limits. The powdered milk you can buy today isn't the chalky stuff from decades ago. Modern varieties, especially full-fat options, are smooth, vitamin fortified, and almost indistinguishable from fresh milk. Why does this matter? Powdered milk can last 15 to 25 years when stored properly. It nourishes both kids and adults when fresh milk becomes unavailable. It adds protein to baking, soups, and sauces. During dairy rationing and farm losses, this single item becomes a nutritional lifeline. Then there's flour and sugar, the caloric backbone of any household. We're seeing prices up 34% due to poor harvests and extreme weather events. Shelves are going empty for days at a time in some regions. These aren't luxury items, they're critical calories for survival. Flour gives you quick breads, thickened soups, and the ability to create filling meals from minimal ingredients. Sugar preserves fruits, provides fast energy, and yes, even offers those morale-boosting treats that matter more than people realize during stressful times. Canned proteins like beans and tuna are flying off shelves because people are finally understanding what preppers have known for years. Protein sustains strength and mental clarity. These items require no special cooking, no refrigeration, and they have a 3 to 5 year shelf life when stored properly. During blackouts or disruptions, a can of beans or tuna becomes an immediate morale-boosting meal. You're not just feeding your body, you're maintaining the mental and physical energy needed to handle whatever comes next. And here's one that almost everyone overlooks: iodized salt. It's disappearing due to bottlenecks in mineral processing, and most people think it's just seasoning. But without iodine, thyroid function plummets, causing fatigue and cognitive decline. Iodized salt prevents deficiency if fresh food becomes scarce. It preserves food, melts ice, and can even work as a mild antiseptic. For a few dollars, you can buy a 5-pound box from restaurant suppliers that will last years and serve a dozen different purposes. These food essentials matter beyond the obvious because they provide nutritional security when fresh food becomes unreliable. They offer long-term storage capabilities that let you weather disruptions measured in months, not days. And they have multi-purpose applications that make them true survival MVPs. Now let's talk about the household items and medical supplies that are running out, the ones you never thought you'd need to stock up on until they simply weren't there anymore. Baking soda has seen prices jump over 25%, with empty spots appearing on shelves from coast to coast. Rail strikes have choked off shipments of this humble powder that most people only think about when baking cookies. But here's what makes baking soda a three-threat survival item. It neutralizes stomach acid if antacids are gone, it deodorizes boots and storage bins during high humidity, it acts as a leavening agent if yeast becomes unavailable. One box in your pantry, properly stored, can solve a dozen different problems. Distilled white vinegar sales soared 43% in late 2025, driven by longer canning seasons, bleach shortages, and unpredictable harvests. That cheap bottle of vinegar is becoming increasingly rare, and it's so much more than a cleaner. Vinegar preserves food safely for long-term storage, it disinfects surfaces and kills mildew in damp corners.
It can be used as fabric softener or even a hair rinse when commercial supplies disappear. Smart households are buying gallons from farm suppliers, not tiny grocery bottles, and storing them in cool, dark places to maintain acidity. Rubber bands might sound trivial, but when supply chains snap, they become invaluable. They seal food bags and protect supplies from pests. They repair broken straps, bundle firewood, mark canned goods. In genuine emergencies, they can even serve as makeshift medical implements. The key is buying in bulk from restaurant or farm supply stores and keeping them cool and out of sunlight to avoid brittleness. And then there's duct tape, the legendary all-purpose tool that's now genuinely hard to find. Demand in 2026 has overwhelmed supplies of heavy-duty brands, and the jokes about duct tape have never been more true. Quick repairs, seal windows, patch gear, wrap blisters, secure splints. Improvisation, fix fuel lines, eyeglasses, whatever breaks when professional help isn't available. Choose polyethylene-backed tape with rubber adhesive, store it upright in cool, dark places, and distribute small rolls in your car, your bag, and your home. Now for the medical and hygiene items, and this is where things get serious. Pain doesn't pause during a crisis. Pharmaceutical ingredient exports from China have been restricted since late 2025, and ibuprofen, acetaminophen, and aspirin are frequently out of stock and far pricier when available. These over-the-counter pain relievers ease pain, fevers, and injuries when pharmacies are closed or empty. They enable functionality and calm in a crisis, and that's not an exaggeration. The difference between managing pain and suffering through it affects every aspect of your ability to handle emergencies. Buy in bulk from restaurant or farm supply stores, and rotate and monitor expiration dates, and learn alternative remedies like willow bark tea or cold compresses as backups. Antibacterial supplies, hydrogen peroxide, isopropyl alcohol, iodine, are vanishing as CDC warnings about a post-antibiotic era drive up demand. These basics do more than treat wounds. They sanitize surfaces, purify water in a pinch, and allow you to improvise if professional medical care becomes unavailable. The key is buying medical-grade products, not beauty or electronics versions, in bulk quantities. Store them in dark, opaque containers away from heat and light to maintain their effectiveness. And yes, we have to talk about toilet paper. It's easy to joke about the races we saw during the pandemic, but the reality in 2026 is persistent regional shortages and strict store limits, particularly in coastal states. This is essential for hygiene and sanitation, especially when water becomes scarce. Decreased access increases health risks and stress exponentially, far more than most people realize until they're facing the problem. Stock high-density rolls for maximum sheets per square inch. Supplement with reusable cloth wipes in sealed bins if you're serious about long-term preparedness. Store toilet paper in vacuum-sealed bags or plastic totes with desiccants and keep it away from garages where temperature fluctuations and pests can damage it. Finally, let's cover power, water, and fire security, the infrastructure of home resilience. In a blackout, batteries mean light, information, and connection, but lithium prices and increased demand have led to soaring costs and frequent store limits on AA and AAA batteries. These power radios, lanterns, and emergency gear during outages. They keep you informed and safe when the grid fails. Stock up on brand name alkalines, test them biannually, and vacuum seal them with desiccants. Avoid storing loose batteries in metal tins, and be wary of cheap generics that leak and damage your devices. Water purification tablets have become top sellers after EPA warnings about emerging contaminants, and they're often running out quickly on Amazon and in stores. These tablets instantly sanitize water without boiling or filtering. They prevent debilitating illness when clean water access disappears. Buy reputable chlorine dioxide or iodine brands. Store them in original foil packs inside dry containers. Rotate every 4 to 5 years, though sealed tablets often last longer if kept properly. Storm-proof matches, built to light in rain, wind, and even underwater, have become rare and expensive due to wildfire restrictions and prepping demand. These are critical for fire starting, cooking, boiling water, and signaling for help. They burn for 10 to 15 seconds even in adverse conditions. Choose true storm-proof brands and keep them in waterproof cases. Stock extras in your car, bag, and kitchen, and never discard the striker strip. Without it, those matches are completely useless. Here's the surprising one. It's not fuel that's running out, it's safe, legal containers for storage. FEMA advisories have led to a rush on approved jugs, especially ones that don't draw attention. Fuel powers critical equipment like generators, vehicles, and medical refrigerators during grid failures. But visible red gas cans invite theft or regulatory problems. Discretion is key here. Use opaque UN-certified containers labeled innocuously. Buy from agricultural or industrial suppliers rather than regular retail stores. Add fuel stabilizer for long-term storage, and never use degradable soda bottles or milk jugs. Now here's what separates people who weather disruptions successfully from those who panic when shelves go empty. Smart preparation strategies that actually work. The first principle is stocking up without drawing attention.
You want to build resilience, not broadcast your preparedness to neighbors or create suspicion. Shop at warehouse clubs or restaurant suppliers, not only supermarkets. Bulk purchases look less suspicious in those settings. A cart full of industrial-sized containers at Costco is normal. The same cart at your local grocery store raises eyebrows. Repackage basics in plain containers and label them innocuously. Write water on vinegar bottles. Label salt containers as cleaner. Mark fuel containers as landscape irrigation. The goal is boring and unremarkable. Hide your stockpile in closets, under beds, and cool, dark alcoves. Never store supplies visibly in garages or entryways where anyone walking past can see them. Out of sight means out of mind, and that's exactly what you want. Proper storage for maximum longevity is the second principle. It doesn't matter what you buy if it degrades before you need it. Use airtight, food-grade buckets or mylar bags with oxygen absorbers for dry goods like flour, sugar, and powdered milk. This simple step can extend shelf life by years or even decades. Vacuum seal toilet paper, flour, and sugar. Add desiccants to control humidity, especially in areas with high moisture. Even small amounts of moisture can ruin entire stockpiles over time. Rotate stock regularly using FIFO, first in, first out. Write purchase dates on everything. Use the oldest items first and replace them with fresh stock. This prevents spoilage and ensures you're never stuck with expired supplies when you actually need them. Store everything off concrete floors, which can transfer moisture. Keep supplies away from sunlight, which degrades packaging and contents. And diversify your protein sources. Don't just buy one type of canned good. Get beans, lentils, sardines, chicken, tuna. Variety matters for nutrition and morale. The third principle, and this is crucial, is understanding the real prepper mindset. This isn't about hoarding or selfishness. It's about measured, community-focused action. Keep extras for family, neighbors, and genuine emergencies. The households that do best during disruptions are the ones that can help others, not just themselves. That builds social capital and mutual support that matters far more than any individual stockpile. Maintain morale with comfort foods like tea and sweets, entertainment options like simple games, and alternative hygiene solutions that preserve dignity during tough times. Educate quietly. Share tips with trusted friends without broadcasting your reserves. The goal is raising community resilience, not painting a target on your back. Learn multi-purpose uses for each essential item. Baking soda isn't just for baking. Vinegar isn't just for cleaning. Salt isn't just for seasoning. The more you understand what each item can do, the more value you extract from limited resources. Practice substitution tactics. What do you do when your first choice isn't available? How do you adapt recipes, repairs, or solutions using what you have instead of what you wish you had? This knowledge is as valuable as the supplies themselves. Build resilience through knowledge, not just stockpiling. Read about food preservation, learn basic first aid, understand how to purify water multiple ways, practice cooking without electricity. These skills amplify the value of every item you store. And remember, preparation beats panic every single time. The stories people share aren't just anecdotes, they're proof that putting systems in place before scarcity bites makes all the difference. Survival crackers over a camp stove during a blackout, makeshift repairs with duct tape when help isn't coming, hidden stashes of powdered milk feeding kids when stores are empty. These aren't dramatic survival tales, they're examples of ordinary people staying calm because they prepared when times were good. The difference between chaos and calm in 2026 isn't luck, it's having these 15 essentials before the next shortage hits your area. You don't have to buy everything at once. Start with just 3 items this week, and you'll already be ahead of 90% of households. Maybe that's powdered milk, baking soda, and a pack of batteries, or canned beans, vinegar, and water purification tablets. Pick what makes sense for your household and your budget. Next week, add 3 more. The week after that, another 3. In a month, you'll have a foundation that can carry you through disruptions that send others scrambling. The supply chains are more fragile than ever. That's not opinion, it's observable fact. Prepping isn't about bunkers or conspiracy theories, it's about practical foresight, recognizing that ordinary items become invaluable in extraordinary times. If you've started building your stockpile, you're already ahead of the curve. Every item on this list is a building block for resilience, health, and sanity in the face of disruptions that are only becoming more common and more severe. As shortages expand and unpredictability becomes the new normal, remember this: preparation, not panic, is the path to security. The real prepper mindset is rooted in quiet vigilance, practical action, and community strength. By focusing on ordinary essentials, the 15 items we've covered today, you're protecting what matters most: your well-being, your dignity, your calm, and you're doing it regardless of what the headlines may bring tomorrow. Stay sharp, stay ready, and if this video helped you understand what's happening and how to respond, hit that like button and subscribe to Food Decider for more practical information that actually protects your household. We'll see you in the next one.